Yo, what's going on? Eris Wuju, and I'm here to tell you guys how TCM can be saved, and here's why. And again, these comments are not just pie in the sky or just wishful thinking. These are things that can actually be capitalized on and can very well happen. And I'm going to give evidence as to why later. Additionally, some of these changes have already happened. So yeah, let's get into it. Just be sure to like the video. So for the first point, it's going to be under promise and over deliver. Features in the content pass should wow us, even give us more than promised. When adding new content, don't give us the bare minimum. Surprise us. When adding a family member and a victim, how about we add two family members and two victims, and even throw in a really cool skin for a character on family, like Hitchhiker or Danny as victim. So that way, when people get into a lobby and don't get the character, they can at least use a sweet skin on a character of old. I think this will reduce the dodging in lobby and in game when like a new update map comes out, for example. Just imagine for a second, a new map is coming out and we think, okay, we get a new family member, a new victim, that's cool. But instead they double up and they give us two of each. Imagine how lit that would be. That would be super cool. So for another change that needs to happen, that's going to be further progression. When it comes to this, it is known that there's a possibility, it's a matter of time, but I think we can all agree that it's worth the time. Give people an opportunity to level up past level 99 to level 200 and then to level 300 over time, perhaps when a new map arrives or in between that time. And as they progress, they can unlock different clothing colors that they can mix and match, and certain milestones for cosmetics, like new hair for characters and so on. And yeah, even add in that in-game currency that can be used to purchase certain cosmetics, perhaps not every cosmetic, so they can still make some money in that regard. And another thing that could happen is give us the opportunity to buy out a perk rather than level it up in game. So if we want to use our in-game funds, we could level up a perk to level 2 or to level 3 max level, depending on how much we want to spend on that ability. When it comes to it taking time for the devs to do this, it is worth the time. It took us time to get to level 99, and many people with hundreds and even thousands of hours in the game, it surely took time for them to get this feat. We gave you our time, so give us some of your time. So, another thing I would say, build on the main game mode and use the best things from Rush Week to add to the 3v4 game mode. So they gave us some super cool skins. They got very creative. They gave us a nun skin, a devil, and the cowgirl skin, to name a few. And we also know they're capable of making better skins. So let's put those skins on characters with actual names that we've grown to like and love, whether that be Connie, Cook, Leland, or whoever else. Now, if there's a copyright problem with that, then just make characters that would be eligible for those extra type of skins, because we already have some in the game anyways. When it comes to Rush Week, the fast lobbies and queues are really cool, and I think that's something we could learn from and use. So solo queue and no row preference to queue just like Rush Week, but throw that into a separate game mode for the 3v4 version of the game mode. Maybe call it Fast 3v4. That queue for this game mode will be subject to longer penalties for dodging, and they should be basically staying to play anyways. Unfortunately, this would be a solo queue mode only, and I don't think we'll be able to have lightning fast queues and lobbies in the game's current state while playing with friends regularly, and preference before queue. Okay, so for the next major point, it's going to be continue to take in feedback and take off the blinders. Hardcore game mode for the main game mode. This is a possibility because recently they added the Rainy Storm gas station map variant to public matches, and it was originally only going to be in customs. Just like how the hardcore game mode will be in private matches, or at least right now. In the future, they could continue to take good feedback from the community without bending the knee to everything from the community. Wes mentioned that a hardcore game mode in public matches seems like it wouldn't be good, it's more of a private match with friends, but there's a big disconnect. In my opinion, I think we'd love to have a hardcore game mode in pub matches the same way we wanted the gas station storm map in the pubs. So let's move on to the next topic. And I'm going to say change the way they communicate with us. So no more stay tuned, mainly because a lot of times it's just being used to as kind of a cope, and you can't say stay tuned if something happens like 8 months later. And yeah, it's just let's switch up let's switch up the word choices at the very least. I would also say take accountability. There were a lot of mistakes that they made on their part, and every company kind of has it, but just don't skirt the blame and reasoning as to why some things are hard or just can't happen. Like saying it just takes a lot of time to implement a certain thing into the game, that's definitely a sacrifice that's worth being made, especially when the community literally needs it. Like, this is very important. Do more community check-ins and have pleasant information for us and right the ship. The previous check-in left a bad taste in our mouth. So to summarize the main points of the video, under promise, over deliver, further progression, build on the 3v4 game mode rather than rush week, fast queues and lobbies for the regular game mode, continue to take feedback, and change the way they communicate. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please be sure to subscribe.